The story begins as we learn that the gods came down to the world in search of excitement, so they decided to live among humans, and they sealed their powers to have normal lives. The only thing they can give humans is their blessing, which grants them the power to fight monsters, and the people who receive it become their familia. He thinks it's all over for him, but a girl named Eyes suddenly comes to his rescue, cutting the beast in half. After that, Belle walks through the town covered in blood, and he attracts everyone's attention because he looks like someone who took on more than he could handle. He asks her about Eyes, and Ina sees that he's blushing, so she realizes that he's in love. She mentions how Eyes is part of the Loki familia, and she's also one of the strongest swordsmen in the country, but Belle wants to know if she has someone special. But she tells him to cheer up and trade the gems he earned for money. Belle thinks about how his grandfather told him he needs to pick up women in the dungeon, because if he can save them, she'll be grateful to him and they'll get to know each other. Belle returns to his house, where Hestia hugs him, and she's worried when he tells her about the monster that attacked him, but he promises that he won't leave her alone. She shows him potatoes that she got from working at the food stand, but she mentions how she still hasn't had any luck finding people who want to join her familia, thinking it's because she isn't a popular goddess. She wishes she could at least use her divine powers, but there's a rule that she can't use them in the lower world, and she apologizes for making him form a contract with her since she's a useless goddess. She mentions that it's time to upgrade his status, so she starts to cast a spell on his back, as she notes that his idea of picking up girls in the dungeon won't work. She knows he likes Eyes, but she thinks a strong girl like her must already have a man in her life, so she tells him to forget about her. He sees something written in the skills section, but Hestia tells him it's nothing, explaining that there are marks there because her hand slipped. She's happy that he finally unlocked a skill, but she's also annoyed that it was someone else who changed him, because she always had her eyes on him. While walking through the town, he senses someone watching him, but he's interrupted by a girl named Seer, who gives him a magic stone that he dropped. She assures him it's fine, because she'll have a lot to eat when the restaurant opens, but she makes him promise to eat there once he gets back. Another group of monsters appears, and he thinks about running away, but he remembers Eyes and decides to fight them. She thinks about how even though Belle has her by his side, he got stronger after he met Eyes, which means he really likes her. Seer mentions how she likes meeting new people, so it's the perfect place for her to work, because all kinds of people come there. Seer tells him they're regular customers, and she thinks it's because their god likes the place, so he realizes that he can see Eyes if he comes there. Eyes thinks they can't blame him for acting like that, and another familia member named Riveria tells Betta to be ashamed, because it's their fault for letting the Minotaur escape from the 17th floor. He thinks he can't be blamed for telling the truth, and he mentions how even Eyes won't allow such a coward to stand by her, but Belle can't bear to hear anymore, so he runs away. Belle goes to the dungeon, where a frog monster eats him up, but he destroys it from the inside.